You say I'm wrong, but I think I need it.
What's going on, guys? My name's Jason Morris. Yes, it looks a little bit different here. Just wanted to open up a little bit of a discussion of the Osmo Action, and obviously the GoPro Hero 8 was just released. In this video, I want to talk about the new firmware update for the Osmo Action. Yes, you heard it from me, guys. The Osmo Action did get a firmware update. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it enough to compete with the new GoPro Hero 8 that has been announced? Honestly, I don't think so. The GoPro Hero 8 is starting to step up their game, obviously to try and undercut DJI with their Osmo Action release. Now, Osmo Action did undercut the GoPro Hero 7. There was a lot of comparison videos, especially with Rocksteady and Hypersmooth being compared. The GoPro has the new Hypersmooth 2.0, but we'll talk a little bit about that later on. I want to talk about the new firmware update. So make sure you go to the DJI Mimo app and update the software on there first, and then you'll be able to update the firmware onto your DJI Osmo Action. Once you download the Osmo Action firmware on your phone, you can download it directly onto your Osmo Action. If you do have any issues, turn your phone off and on, and hopefully that should fix the problems. Same thing with the Osmo Action, turn it off and on. Now, Hyperlapse function has been in the Osmo Pocket for ages, and it is really good. It works really well. There are two different versions. There's one version where you can take a video and speed it up by 1000%, or you can do the second version, which is in, obviously the camera itself has a setting of Hyperlapse. Now with this one, they've added it in, the Hyperlapse function. It works great. I absolutely love it, and it is a great feature for the Osmo Action. There is one firmware update that I thought they were gonna add in, but they didn't, and that is the audio. If they wanna try and compete with GoPro, they're going to need that external audio adapter. Like the Osmo Pocket, you've got the small audio adapter that you can put in and plug it away, put your 3.5mm audio in there, and away you go. They still haven't got this. The audio sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's just not great. Any sort of internal audio is just not as good as a microphone. So I don't actually know what they're gonna be doing with the audio. Will they be doing the adapter just like the Osmo Pocket, but obviously the Osmo Action's version? I would say so, yes, but they really need to bring that out very soon. I think they might be waiting for the Hero 8 to be released, just so when that is released, they're going to release the audio adapter, and then try and cut down on that market. It's a tough thing. I think that's why they actually released the Hyperlapse thing, because it was, the firmware update I think was about 3-ish days ago. The Hero 8 got released maybe 2-ish days ago. Well, at least announced 2 days ago. People won't be able to get their hands on it for another couple of months, which kind of sucks. I mean, us Aussies probably won't be able to get our hands on it for another freaking 50 years. It seems to be the case all the time. Maybe 2020 is when we get it here in Australia. But you know, that's probably why they actually released this firmware. So the second one they added was auto time off in terms of when you leave it, turns itself off. You can actually put a time of how long it will turn off automatically, which is kind of cool. But it is a very small sort of feature, but it still is very handy anyway. So number 3, they have added Thai and Arabic languages to the Osmo Action. That does help them out. That is fantastic that they are releasing extra languages. That's great, but it still doesn't help us English-speaking people, but fantastic they are sort of reaching out to a different demographic. Now, one of the interesting ones is actually, well, the last one, is they've reduced the latency on the screen. Now, how you wave your hands around and you can see there's a delay, that was a massive issue with the DJI Osmo Action. Now, I personally didn't care about it too much. I mean, when you are doing some shots, it is a bit annoying because when you're moving it, that's not what you're actually seeing. It's probably like a second delay. It does make a difference, but if you are using it just like your regular action camera, it doesn't matter at all if you're wearing it or whatever. But if you are vlogging with it, it can look a little bit funny. Now they have optimized the 2.7K and the 1080. They haven't optimized 4K. Now I shoot predominantly 4K on the Osmo Action, so I won't actually notice much of a difference. So GoPro Hero 8 was just announced. Is it great? Is it a game changer? At the moment, probably not. It does tend to look very similar to the last Hero, but they're trying to make it very similar to what they did with the Osmo Action. So you can attach a front-facing screen onto it, or flip screen sort of thing. You can attach a light and audio. It's like this big sort of rig thing that you can put to it. So I think it's really going to target vloggers as opposed to people doing a lot of action stuff. You know, all that kind of stuff. They're trying to hit a different demographic and trying to obviously knock out their competitors, namely the Osmo Action. So let me show you my setup. Do you guys like this little bit of a setup? Just gonna, here, look at that. I'll just get a bit of a light going on. There you go. So I've got it on the Joby Gorilla Pod right there. External monitor, the Andy 4K external monitor. I'll do a bit of a video on that as well. Obviously, I've got external audio. This is my little bit of a setup. I don't know if you guys like this. Let me know in the comments below to see if you guys like it or not. No, I kind of like it. It's kind of chilled. It's kind of relaxed. Got a table to work with. Let me know. Now, is it enough to upgrade from your Hero 7? Potentially not. There doesn't seem to be much upgrade from the 7. Obviously, there are those attachments that you can put on that and not on the 7. So it all depends. If you do have the 7, I probably personally wouldn't upgrade. But if you don't have the 7, if you've got like a 5 or a 4 or a 3, whichever one, yeah, you may consider upgrading to the 8. I have, the only reason why I got the Osmo Action is because I've only got the 4. I've had the 4 for quite some time, and it's not that great. It doesn't have much image, does it even have image stability? It doesn't have any form of hyper smooth or whatever. No, I don't know. It's not that great. I barely use it anymore. That's pretty much the main reason why I got the Osmo Action, is because it is a clear update. You can see the image quality between this and this is completely different. I don't like to get a whole bunch of new things because it's new and exciting. I get it because if it suits my filmmaking and if it will help me make better films. So that's it from me, guys. That was just a quick little update for the DJI Osmo Action in terms of what the firmware update was. If you liked this video, consider hitting that like button. That would be absolutely great. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. That would be also great. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you can be notified when my next videos come out. I have been busy. I really apologize for not pumping out as much content recently. I've had a lot of sort of client photos and videography to sort of get into and produce for them. So I'm trying to pump that out while doing these YouTube videos. So bear with me, guys. I'll still be creating content for you. So stick around. Until then, my name's Jason Morris, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, let's get it.